Welcome to iSpeakMath online video tutorial, where we provide you with modern-day strategies and techniques in a language that you can understand, both literally and figuratively. Today we are doing something different. We're going to learn how to multiply using the Japanese method. One of the many reasons why I love math so much is that there are so many ways to solve an equation and get the same exact answer, even if you're doing it with different strategies. And today is no different. So I really hope if you're struggling with standard algorithm or other styles of multiplication, maybe this might be the multiplication piece that you've been missing all your life, and it'll help you to learn how to multiply effectively. So stay tuned. So make sure you grab paper, pencil, and an eraser so we can get started. All right, example 1 reads 22 times 13. First thing first, when it comes to using the Japanese method, we're going to take notice of our first number we're multiplying, and in this case, it's 22. So I'm going to circle the first digit because that first digit is the number of lines I'm going to draw, which is 2. So count with me. 1, 2. And if you notice, the numbers are very close together, but not so close that they overlap. And that's very important so we can distinguish or represent that 2-digit number. Now I'm going to look at the second digit, which is another 2 coincidentally. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another set of 2 lines. 1, 2. But if you notice, it's far away from each other where I'm able to represent that this 2 is for this and this 2 is for this. So now I'm going to go to the bottom, and the bottom I have is 13. And I'm going to do the same thing I did, but this case, I'm going to make sure that the lines are facing another way, okay? So my first number is 1, so I'm going to draw that 1 line like this, okay, in a different angle. Now my second digit is the number 3, and I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 lines. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, okay? And once again, if you notice, those lines are grouped together so it represents 3 easily. So if you look, we have little angles, we have little corners, right? And these corners have such a couple of intersections or lines that meet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle this one because that one represents the hundredths place. And I'm going to circle this one here because that one represents the ones place. And you can guess that the one in the middle, right? There's 2 that meets at the same direction in the middle, and that one represents the tens place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the number of intersections or lines that meet in each section. All right, so count with me. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to write the number 6 at the bottom. And in the middle, which is for the tens place, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to write that 8 underneath the tens place, right? And now we have for hundreds 1, 2. And I'm going to write that 2 underneath the hundreds place. So pretty much our final answer is 286. So I can write 286, and that exactly is how you do the Japanese multiplication. If your jaw is dropping, I'm going to just have you or ask you to put your hand underneath your chin and just close it. We're going to do more practices. I know it's amazing how multiplication can be this fascinating. We're going to do another example. Take a look. All right, so example 2 reads 34 times 21, okay? And so because we know we're multiplying, we can also do the Japanese multiplication method here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my 3, and I'm going to draw 3 lines. So 1, 2, 3, okay? And then I have my 4, so I'm going to draw 4 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 here at the bottom, so I can move into a different direction or a different angle, and I'm going to draw 2 lines, 1 and 2. And I have 1 here, so I'm going to draw 1 line, and that is 1. And remember, like before, this angle here will represent the ones place. This angle here will represent the hundreds place, and the one in the middle will be my tens, okay? But I also like to write it out so I don't forget, so I'm going to do that here. So let's go ahead and count the amount of lines that meet in each section. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can write the number 4. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to write 11 here. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to write 6 here. So as you can see, it's a little bit different here because we have a 2-digit, and all we're going to do is every number at the end will remain the same. So that 4 is definitely in that ones place. That 1 here is definitely in that tens place. But what we're going to do is we're going to move that 1 here, and we're going to add it to the 6. So 6 plus 1 is 7. So our hundreds place is now 7. So our final answer is actually 714. I know, amazing, right? We're going to do one more practice. Example 3 reads 53 times 42. All right, let's do it. So we're going to start off with the number 5. I'm going to go ahead and draw 5 lines. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my next number is 3. So count with me. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go to the bottom, which is 4. We're going to do 4 lines, so count. Remember that 4, since it's a new row, we're going to do it in a different angle. 3, 4, so it's facing a different direction. And then the last number is 2, so count with me. 1 and 2. Now I'm going to go ahead and circle my ones place. I like to do that first, and then circle my hundreds place. And reason being, so that way it's easy for me to find and see which are the 2 sections that are going to be representing my tens place, okay? Because we know that the hundreds and ones are in opposite directions. So now I'm going to go ahead and identify this is for hundreds, this is for tens, and this is for ones. So now I'm going to go ahead and count all of my ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can write 6 underneath the ones. Notice how I am drawing dots, okay, so as I'm counting. And this kind of helps me to make sure I'm not undercounting or overcounting. Because when I notice when you're counting, just like tapping it, it makes it hard for you to remember, oh, wait, did I count this already? And you might likely get the wrong answer or you might overcount. So that's why I do the dots. So best practice, I suggest you doing that if you're going to do the Japanese method. Now let's count the tens place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And I'm going to write 22 underneath the tens place. Now I'm going to go ahead and count my hundreds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't hear you counting, just kidding. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that represents the hundreds place. So remember, last digits, whenever we see that we have multiple digits in our tens place or in our ones place, the last digit will always represent our final answer. So in this case, we know our last digit for, or that only number for ones place is 6. That really represents the final answers for our ones place. we see that the 2 at the end in the ones place for our 10 will actually represent our final answer that will go into the next to the 6. So we can go ahead and write 2 down. Okay, remember, once again, we are dealing with double digits or 2 digits as our final response after counting, and the last number will always represent the final answer. This is what's going to actually show up, okay? And now what I'm going to do is, because we have 2-digit, I'm going to take that first 2 and I'm going to add it to the hundreds place, okay? So 20 plus 2 is actually 22. So really, our hundreds is 22. So I'm going to write it down, and then our final answer is actually 2,226. Amazing. I know, absolutely amazing. Doing the Japanese multiplication method with me. Hope you liked it. Hope you learned from it. Hope it's something that you might feel like doing more often. If so, please make sure you let me know. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos such as this. Remember, iSpeakMath offers other videos in different languages, so please make sure to check it out. Until next time, take care. Bye.